Hey, everybody, it's Shit Talk Reviews. What's going on? Thanks for stopping by. My name's John. In the room with me, Derek and David J. We're here talking about music a little bit, the odd new release, so on and so forth. So we're going to get into it in a minute, but what's the word, fellas? How are you?
John, thanks for having us. Appreciate it. Derek, always good to see you.
There's no boundaries. There is no boundaries.
There is no boundaries on this album. That's for sure.
No, there isn't. So we'll get right into it. This week, we're talking about the latest release from Boundaries. Death is Little More. It is on 3 Dot Recordings. They've been around since, I think, Matthew McDougall, the singer, started the band in 2013, 2014. First album out in 2020. Then another in 2022. And of course, here we are with Death is Little More now in 2024. It is a big, heavy, dissonant, fairly dark album by this metalcore band out of Hartford, Connecticut. And interested to hear what you guys think about it.
John, I got to tell you, this was heavy. This is one of the heaviest things, at least I think I've heard on the podcast. This is interesting. Listen, not my cup of tea overall. Right, because it's heavy. I know you guys are going to love it. For me, it's heavy. But at the same time, I told Derek this once before because it's true. If you listen to this, there's things in here that I did like. And stuff that they're talented. They're a good band at what they do. So with that, I'll get into it. But that's kind of my take right now.
Fair, Derek.
David's soft.
So I've gotten better. I've gotten a lot better.
We're gonna break you wide open though at some point.
Hey, look,
we gotta get you chiseled.
Love Cavalera. Who would have thought? Right?
Yeah,
sure. So Boundaries, number 7 on Spotify top albums, debut in the US on March 29th through the 31st. That's all top albums, not metal.
Yeah.
So they have a following.
Impressive. It's impressive.
They are in Killswitch Engage and Jamie Josta of Hatebreed Country in Hartford. Mm-hmm. This, for me, was a nostalgic listen. It had a lot of Killswitch Engage in there. A lot of Killswitch. I heard some Glassjaw from Daryl Palumbo from Glassjaw. A lot of raw emotion. Converge. Some noise core meets metal core. And this was New England through and through. This is the kind of sound that I've been listening to since, really 1999 when I moved there from Vermont. So
it does have that feel. It does actually have that Boston in your face feel to it.
Yeah. And it would stand to reason. These guys were probably going to shows when Killswitch Engage was out there and doing a live or just breathing, they were probably kids and swinging their fists in the pit. And it would stand to reason by osmosis that their musical journey would lead to something that's similar, albeit at times a little bit heavier. And I would say that Matt McDougall is far more unhinged than Killswitch Engage ever has been.
Yeah. As a vocalist, he is brutal. But on the other hand, he can also smooth it out and get really refined and melodic. And a lot of credit there. This album, Derek, in a past review we talked about, you asked what my optimal percentage would be, clean, clear singing versus growly, guttural stuff. And, this Matt definitely stays on the heavier side here. To be sure.
It's 80-20, which I appreciate. My biggest complaint with Killswitch in recent years is that every song is formulaic now, and there's this big sing-along chorus. Mm-hmm. And what I appreciated about Boundaries was not every song has a big sing-along chorus. Could be a sing-along bridge, and then a 2x4 across the head, and a nail gun up your ass. For a chorus. And
those sing-along choruses are so common now, though. Everybody's doing it,
Mm-hmm.
Everyone.
Yeah. But, I will say that where they hit their mark on the sing-along chorus was easily erased I heard Spencer from Periphery on that. I mean, to a T. To a T.
Yeah.
Which I knew that you were. As soon as I heard it, I said, "Oh, John's probably spinning this in the shower, lathering up his sack. John's probably out riding around on his lawnmower, fucking headbanging to this." And so, I'm curious if that track really, suited your fancy.
Yeah. The first time I heard it, when the music drops out and Matt goes really high with that melodic break, I was like, holy shit. Yeah, it's very Spencer, which I was going to say it stands to reason, them being on 3 Dot Recordings. That is a label put together by the guys in Periphery.
Mm-hmm.
And they, interestingly, like they're not soliciting music to bring bands on their roster. They're not out looking. If there's somebody who they come across and they dig it, they believe in it, then they'll talk to them. And it doesn't necessarily have to be gent or, completely progressive metal. So they've got a pretty wide roster. But I thought it was curious that, there's definitely some similarities there, a few to be sure, between Matt's singing style anyway and Spencer's and some musical feels. But I am enamored with this record. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's going to be a really big record. It's going to make some end of the year lists to be sure. The likelihood of it being on mine is great. And I think it's going to make it onto some other best album lists here in a couple of months. It's great. I just really like it.
I think Del Vecchio and Emmond, they have been studious learners, and they've taken, little pieces of, again, Killswitch Engage, a little pieces of Converge, a little piece of Unearth, a little piece of Glassjaw, a little bit of everything from New England to New York, and kind of just tweaked it just enough to make it their own.
Yeah.
And when you layer in Matt on top of it, who is ferocious and unhinged, there's that word again. It's a very, very, for a metalhead that's looking for a real beefy meat and potatoes slugfest, this record hits that mark.
It sure does.
Not to sound corny like Batman here, but the dynamic duo of Vecchio and Edmund on this, like he just said, is holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, it's just in your face and it's nonstop. And like I said in the beginning, if you sit, holy shit, Derek hit it on the head. They're unreal. Really.
Yeah. To give credit to the other guys too, Tim Sullivan on drums and vocals, and Nathan Calcagno on bass. All these guys are really solid players. As a drummer myself, I love Tim Sullivan's work. I think it's clean. He doesn't overplay anything. His parts are great for the song. His work serves the songs, and I respect that, because it's really easy to overplay and try and inject stuff just for the sake of putting it in there, and it doesn't happen. Musically,
John, have you been a fan of this band? Have you followed these guys through and through?
They're fairly new to me.
Okay.
My nephew Ben, who's also in Connecticut, not far from these guys, introduced me to them a while ago. They'd been on the radar, but I wasn't very familiar, and I got into them, not that long ago. And then this album came out, and it's been great chatting with him about them. But they're an assault. Yeah. They bring it really, really hard. And again, like a lot of the better albums, I think for me that we've reviewed, there's those moments of respite throughout. So it's not nonstop. It's a pretty short record. It's only 33, 34 minutes. But there are a few moments where you get to catch your breath a little bit. A few electronica breaks here and there, which are cool, kind of unexpected.
Darkness Shared. I thought Darkness Shared had that. It had a little bit of everything. The melodics, it was real heavy. It had a bunch of parts to it.
Yeah.
It was unexpected to me. It was just a lot of good stuff. That song I actually really enjoyed. It had a little bit of everything I like.
The opening, like machine gun riff.
Yes,
of that
I said that at the beginning.
So badass.
Yeah.
All their songs, they employ a ton of tempo changes throughout their songs, which they use really effectively. It changes from, just like one block of music, one song, to a bunch of little vignettes
Right.
all together. Each song really has a lot of movement because of those tempo changes, rather. And it makes for a really solid record.
Blame's Burden was another one. Different. Didn't expect that. That was another really good song. Different. I thought that song was way different from the rest of the album. At least I thought.
Well, there's a synth dance part in the middle, and it transitions into Marcus Vick of Invent Animate.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I think that I appreciate the experimentation. I thought that this track was actually a little off brand for them. And I'm sure that John would say, I like the synthy dance part in the middle of it. For me, if I was at a show and you're cracking skulls and all of a sudden a dance part breaks out, I'm fucking pissed. But that's me.
Yeah, his Marcus's vocal break in there in that song Blame's Burden is so good. It is so nice. Again, it's another bit of respite in a brick wall album.
This is another good one. I like this one very much on the album.
Well, I would love to talk to these guys. So Boundaries, if anybody gets eyes or ears on this thing, we'd love to have you on for a chat, because this is a huge record. I think it's going to be an important record this year, and it's just so well done. It's such a great listen. It's too short. I'd like it to be a little longer, but I appreciate that they kept it short. It's like when a TV show that you love ends after 4 seasons instead of dragging it out to 10. They end it while it's good. You know, they said what they needed to say and didn't drag it out, and things start to get weak and lazy.
Yeah.
They left me wanting more.
A couple of things that I had for notes here. Interestingly, Curse to Remember struck me as very similar to Howard Jones' Killswitch Engage era, and a song in particular named My Curse. I don't know if that was a subconscious thing, but the squealing guitars over Sullivan's, onslaught just felt like old Killswitch Engage, very nostalgic feeling listening to that. I have to tell you, the breakdowns on Death is a Little More has to be live a war zone. I mean, just an absolute bloodbath. Which is pleasing to me. Face the Blade is a classic Killswitch Engage, just ode. And then there's a Sonic hammer breakdown. And when McDougal yells, "What else do you want from me?" We can all relate to that. Every single one of us. If you're living, there are people that have high expectations of you, right? And it was just that really, really hit home for me. And then Blood Soaked Salvation, featuring Matt Honeycutt of Kubla Khan. Kubla Khan is a big up and comer, and the fact that they got him to be on this track is huge. And it's a vocal trade off. It's like it is. It's a Slayer. They did. Slayer used to do guitar trade offs. This is a vocal spit bath. The two fucking monsters yelling at each other and exercising their demons and shitting out whatever fucking pain that they got. And I felt that one. And then the last one, I'll just say this: Inhale the Grief resonated. Feel the pain so you can be better. And Dave, you're a lyrical guy. I was the worst to myself, the last person I would help. It's taken me until now to dig myself out. I feel like a fuck up. I feel like a failure, but at least it's not every day, and I'm getting better.
That's deep shit, man. Deep shit.
It's great. And again, it's relatable, as a adult, as we are adults that are decaying before everybody's very eyes. Part of our decay is some of the pain and suffering that, Mr. McDougal is able to exercise that we can't. Yeah. And I do appreciate the honesty on this record.
Yeah, it's as you guys know, I'm the first to tell you I don't go down the lyrical rabbit holes much, but I spent a fair bit of time with the lyrics to this album over the last week. The levels of general, just being distraught are so high in this. And I read a few interviews he did, and a lot of this content, comes from a very personal place. Yeah, appreciate where he's coming from. Well, not necessarily where he's coming from, but that he's there. And as you said, Derek, that this is a venue for him to exercise some of those demons and get it out and talk about it, I think is great. And to that end, some of the one-liners lyrics in these tracks are just they are so forceful, and they just hit you right in the face, with a board. Darkness shared. I'd rather be someone I hate than let you love me.
Love me. Yeah.
Holy shit.
And how many people listen to those songs and don't break it down like that? If you really listen to the lyrics here, guy's in pain, man. I don't speak for him, but there's a lot going on in his head. And that's what makes great music, right? Fucking great music is derived from that, unfortunately.
I've sat here for years and been a fan of Killswitch Engage, and the whole band will tell you that there are fans every day that will tell them that their spiritual side has helped other people cope. And it's not very metal to talk about self-care. It's just not. Mm-hmm. But to call out the lack of self-care that you're giving yourself is an education for others to do it. And frankly, this is, McDougal is reminding people to take care of themselves. And frankly, us doing this every week is a reminder for us to take care of. We love talking music, and it's filling our cup. We talked about that with Dan and Johnny the other night. And it's important to fill your cup. As you know, I know we all have time restraints, but it is important. And I think this is McDougal's way of exercising demons, but also reminding people that self-care is an important thing.
Yeah. Well said, Derek. And, we've joked, I've joked a couple times on podcasts, about an episode being sponsored by whomever, and I've dropped BetterHelp in there. But there is some truth to that. And we are in no way sponsored by BetterHelp.com or anybody else for that matter. But you're right. It is important to take some time and to take care of yourself. And I think it's really easy to forget that in, just daily busy living. You have to take a minute out for yourself,
especially young men. When you're younger, you're young, dumb, and full of cum, right? And that's the saying, and especially in the locker room, which Dave can relate to, being a hockey player. And you just you chug along, right? You just keep trucking, and it doesn't matter what kind of wreckage you're leaving behind, whether it's your own wreckage or people you care about or people that you thought you cared about. And kudos to Matt for seeing and being, this is a therapy term, but being mindful of who he is and being honest about the wreckage that he has and can leave behind. Look, music is a unifier, and I think that there's a lot of honesty in this gore that Boundaries has put out, and I find it fascinating that the band's name is Boundaries, because if you've ever gone to therapy, and I have, I'll just be transparent about that. The first thing that they'll talk about is having appropriate boundaries with people who cause you, trigger you or frustrate you or don't work in your life or with your values. And so it's not lost on me that Boundaries is the name of the band. Mm-hmm. And then Matt is going out here and projectile vomiting pain, suffering, and a whole lot of mindfulness all over everyone.
It's no different than when we had Nally on from Earn. Same type of thing. He just poured it out. He starts off wherever all the memory's gone. It's like, here we go. So, like I said before, great music comes from, unfortunately, people's,
often.
Not well. Yeah. Right. So it's sad to say, but man, does it make great music.
It certainly can.
Yeah.
Dave, can you cut your penis off and then write some music so we can,
Wasn't that a song? There was a song about your
detachable penis.
Out. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Standouts. I know we've kind of gone through them. Anybody?
Hold on.
Oh, you're falling apart, David. Well, you're fixing that. My standouts: Darkness Shared, Scars on a Soul, and Blame's Burden.
I'm back. Sorry, guys.
I mean, they're all. This is. I struggled with like really narrowing down the standouts. I almost went Derek and just said, give me tracks 1 through 12.
Right.
But those are the 3 that really stood out for me.
Darkness Shared, Blame's Burden were just really enjoyed. Nobody mentioned it, but Inhale the Grief. I thought that was a really cool song.
Oh, yeah,
really.
Derek did. Yeah.
Did you?
I
Sorry,
even
Derek.
read lyrics from it.
You know why? I didn't hear it.
Don't worry, Dave. Don't worry, I'll cut that out.
Listen, it's because I was screwing around with this thing because the chord fell out, so I probably missed it. Sorry, Derek. But yes, it was a very good song.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were my top 3. But if I had to pick the top one, Darkness Shared was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm looking at the list. I mean, I'm gonna do it. I like the record. It's a record that you hit play and leave it.
Yep.
You just do it.
Yeah. I have no idea what my spin count is on it over the week, but it's 30, 40 times because it's one, again, as I said, it's a kind of shorter record, but it's just, I want to hear it from top to bottom every time.
It's heavy, man. It's in your face, right up your guy's alley. I know you.
I love it. All the dissonance on this album is just, it's like a warm blanket I can wrap myself up in. So good.
Yeah.
So again, Boundaries. If you guys happen to hear this, we would love to have you on and chat about this and get into, pry into the nooks and crannies.
I'm gonna dig in here. Why don't you reach out to them? Send this to them and ask.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take up some space, John. Be mindful. Break some boundaries. You like your boundaries. Break some boundaries and ask for what you want from the world. I want to
keep my walls up. I want to protect myself.
Yeah.
Let's put numbers on it.
I'll go first. Sure. Hey, listen. Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, some of this wasn't my cup of tea with the growling. Everybody listens, understands that. But again, there's some really good stuff going on here. These musicians are very talented, and there were several songs on here I liked. So for me, it's an 8, easy 8.
Solid.
Yeah.
I had 8.25. It's familiar. It took me back to home, and I appreciate that. Nice. I completely knew where they were coming from, what they were influenced by, what they were trying to accomplish, and I really appreciate the honesty of the lyrical content, and the production is solid. The execution is fantastic. Great musicians. And so I gave it an 8.25.
Nice. I'm floating right between an 8.75 and a 9. I think it's a phenomenal record. The performances are great. The production is super solid. The mix is awesome. Extremely clear, especially given the source material on it. It's so heavy and so gritty, and that some of these tones are just so brutal, but the mix is super clear on it. It's a very, very listenable album. So congrats to those guys. And they are on tour. If you have an opportunity, from July 5th in the US, tons of dates going up through I think beginning of August. They're just cramming a bunch in that month. And then they head to Australia, the UK. They're all over the place, touring through November. So they're going to be on the road.
They are very busy. Yeah,
very busy. So if you get a chance to go see them, I would certainly recommend it. I have not seen them live. Nice. I've seen the footage, and they can deliver live too, which is awesome. As often, you get out there and it's just a noise fest. And I do not believe that to be the case with these guys. So if you can go see them, go see them.
Very cool. Very cool. John, Can I just say something real quick?
Sure.
You're remiss if we didn't wish a very special fan and our number one fan a happy birthday. If you want to bring that, right. Why don't you go ahead, John?
Yeah. My sister Katie, she had a birthday recently. So
Kate's our number one fan.
Happy birthday, sister.
Kate. Yes.
And we also have some new listeners, or rather some old listeners that we didn't necessarily know about until now. We'll throw it out to our boy Sean, our resident metalhead meteorologist. Who's gonna keep us all out of the rain.
Oh, wonderful.
Also, Jeff from Hero Trader and Hero Grader, our sponsor. We appreciate your support, Jeff. And if you are of you get excited about comics, he's your guy in Southwest Florida. He also does do some online selling, and he also does with Hero Grader. He will grade comics, but it is a flat rate versus sending it to CGC, where you have to pay if the comic is worth something. Then you pay a inflated, bloated rate, and that's bullshit. So Hero Grader will grade your comics, flat rate for each comic, and it'll put it in a Mylar package, a hard casing, and then a sticker with a grading and a QR code. And if you open it, then the grade is shot, but you can actually open it if you want to, whereas other CGC you can't. So very cool, and we're honored to have them. Yeah, we're honored to have them.
Jeff. Derek, real quick, do they do cards too, or just comics? Just curious.
I don't know. They sell cards.
Find out for me next time, because I'd like to see some stuff looked at.
Yeah, they sell.
I bet you would.
Yeah. How about your nub after you cut your penis off and write a good record?
Oh shit!
We're doing. I'm on vacation next week, but I'm happy to log in. I think Monday night I can do it.
Nice. What are we going to talk about?
Well, we have to. It's Cavalera's Schizophrenia re-recording.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's a banger, and we would be remiss to not do it.
Mm-hmm.
And at least for me, anytime you can talk about Max, and who knows? Maybe you guys won't like it, and you'll shred it, and Max will have to fight you. And
I doubt it.
You'll have to break through your boundaries and reach out to Max, and we'll get Max on the podcast too.
That'd be unbelievable.
Yeah, they're in Europe right now. But he did say to you and I that he would like to join us, and I think we should call that in. Let's do a Max chat, and see if we can get him. It probably will not be until they get home from Europe, but I did have that on the horizon. I got a few other guys, and also a lady that I'm going to reach out to see if they can join us as well in the months ahead.
Cool.
But you're on vacation, Dave. I'm on vacation. John doesn't do such things. He is constantly a workaholic, an animal of a human being. And but we'll certainly start opening up some of those doors after the 4th of July kickback and chug beer time.
Yes, so if you've made it this far with us, one, you might consider getting yourself checked out just to make sure you're okay. And two, we hope that you might consider, throwing a follow down on the social medias or subscribing on the YouTubes, clicking the bells and the thumbs up and all that, because that's what you say at this point in the video. So
actually, you're supposed to do it at the beginning, John. You just
are you?
Been paying attention? Yeah,
we lost him, John. Everybody's gone now.
We lost him 26 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to do it in the beginning, dude.
Okay. All right.
Eric's right. You got to strike when it's hot.
Well, gentlemen, always a pleasure, and enjoy it, and look forward to the next one with you too.
Yeah. The real Sepultura.
The real Sepultura.